What's good? What's good? Welcome to episode 2. If you did not get a chance to catch episode 1, a little recap for you. We introduced ourselves. I'm Zach. This is
Hi.
Badaki.
Hello.
We introduced the purpose of this podcast and talked about some of the boys in our fantasy league. It was a good time. If you missed it, I would say go back. Watch that one first.
Have a look.
But welcome back. Episode 2. Now, we said that this episode was going to be post-draft highlights and week 1 matchups.
Yep. That's not it. That's not it.
Look, we scheduled that episode without realizing that we were actually drafting after that episode was supposed to air.
Oh. Yeah.
We're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
Bonus episode right now. Bonus episode.
Number 2. Who wouldn't want a bonus episode?
That's right. We got a great episode for you today. We're going to talk late round draft sleepers. We're going to talk on down low draft tips. And we're also going to introduce you to the other half of our fantasy football league, the Fellowship of the Ring. So we'll see you there. Let's get it.
See you there.
Welcome to the FantasyLand Football Podcast.
Hey, you're here. If you're listening, you made it. Welcome. It's good to have you here on the FantasyLand Football Podcast, episode 2. We out here. Badaki,
right.
It's good to see you. You look great today, as always.
Yeah, you look good. You know, came in my fresh black tee, crisp black tee.
Okay.
Keep it
Feeling
simple.
Good.
Yeah, how you doing? You all right?
Like I should.
Oh, good song. Good song. Neighborhood.
That's right. Shout out TikTok for pretty much owning the entire music industry right now.
Yeah.
But hey, we got a great show for you. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're listening, you're either on Apple Podcasts. If you are on Apple Podcasts, please rate and review us. That helps the show so much.
Yeah.
We're on every platform you can imagine.
Everything.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. But give us a follow on Instagram. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. And hey, you will not miss any content.
Yeah, nothing. Maybe on TikTok soon.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
Well, hopefully, I actually don't know if it's going to get banned or not.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually so confused about that entire situation.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Look, over here in Australia, it's still happening. Obviously, maybe it's still live over there. Is it?
As of right now, it is. Okay. I checked it today. Yeah. Every day I'm checking. I'm worried, bro.
Yeah, every day you don't want to lose it, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
We've got some need to know news for you right now around the league. This is the need to know news. We're going to talk a couple players, just some updates.
Yeah.
First one is Kenyon Drake.
Oh, no.
Kenyon Drake. You've probably heard about him.
Drizzy.
There was a photo that came out with Kenyon Drake in a walking boot.
That's not good.
Had a lot of people. No, it's not. You're right. It had a lot of people in the fantasy community quite worried.
Yeah.
Until he tweeted out, "I'm okay," and I did this last year too.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay apparently. Apparently he sent out a little emoji, the little cross fingers emoji as well. I don't know what that means, but he definitely sent it. But look, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because I'm not gonna take him. You know, like he's not gonna fall to me.
You're not targeting him in any drafts.
No, not at all. I mean, me specific. Maybe if I was in a different position, currently I'm number 3. But if I was in a different position in maybe 8, 9, 10, I would definitely be looking at him and I would be worried at the moment. But like if you're in that position or maybe somebody that just likes Kenyon Drake and wants to get him, I would keep an eye on that. Maybe keep notifications, going just to take a look to see if he's going to be okay a little bit later on. Hang.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be fine. But we saw a video today of one David Montgomery.
Oh, no.
Running back for Chicago Bears. It
didn't look good.
It didn't look good.
No.
He was in visible pain. We've actually tweeted about this on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Follow us for any injury updates and that kind of thing. But it didn't look good.
No, it didn't look good. Apparently, he was carted off the field. Not really sure what was happening. He was in a lot of pain. Are you worried about that? Am I supposed to be worried about that, or
it's a growing injury? I don't know. I think we need to wait for more reports.
Yeah.
Right now, I think just wait. He's running back 24 right now. He's going in the 5th round. You definitely need to keep an eye on this.
Yeah.
Week 1 is around the corner.
Yeah.
So you need to be aware. Just something to be aware of. And but let's talk Carlos Hyde.
Oh, good old Carlos.
Carlos
Shout out to
Hyde.
Carlos.
I personally, I don't believe this hype. Okay, I don't think that this is real. But when the head coach says something, you have to listen.
Yeah, you actually have to.
So Pete Carroll, he's and I quote, talking about Carlos Hyde, he will be a big factor for us. A big factor for us.
No, he won't. Not to me. I wouldn't be second guessing it. I wouldn't be questioning Chris. I wouldn't be thinking, you know what, Pete's saying this, I need to go with Carlos. Carlos, for me, I don't think he's gonna make an impact or take any touches away from Chris. I think Carlos is good if Chris Carson gets hurt. But maybe you can he's gonna be on the waiver wires for sure. Maybe you can pick him up later if Chris gets hurt in one of these games, which most likely will. He's injury prone. But no worry for me here.
Maybe Pete Carroll actually owns a time machine, and he's gone into the season already. He's like, let me look, week 6. Okay, Carson's injured. Yep. Carlos Hyde is going to be a big factor for us. No, look, all jokes aside, great player.
Yeah, great player. Great guy.
Past his prime, but great player. Great guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
On to AJ Green. This is our final need to know news for you today.
Yeah.
AJ Green. Hey, there's been a lot of news relating to injury to AJ Green. It's been the only news for over a year now. We had good news that he was healthy, and then we had bad news that he was injured again. And now we have some good news again.
Good news again.
Right?
Is it? Is it though? What? Apparently he was on the field running, catching some passes. Not really sure what that means. I mean, anyone can kind of go out and grab a pass, but like, is he ready to play football? Is he at that stage?
Currently wide receiver 28 ADP. He's going in the middle of the 5th round.
Yeah.
That's high draft capital. Are you comfortable taking AJ there?
No. I think for me, AJ Jeremiah Green, shout out to him. I'm not. I'm probably taking him maybe around 8, 9 if he's still available. I doubt he'll be available. Like you said, he's kind of going around mid-5th. No, I'm that AJ is not someone I'm targeting right now. I'm just not into him. Maybe later on, if he's producing, I might go out and do a couple trade offers if somebody is offering him. But right now, no, I'm not into him.
I think regardless, as football fans, we can all say, I really hope AJ Green has a good, healthy season.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're moving on. Meet the owners. We are
boy.
going to let you meet the second half of our fantasy football league, which is the Fellowship of the Fantasy Ring.
That's right.
We introduced you to 6 of the 12 on our last episode, and now we're going to introduce you to the other half. You're going to get to know these guys over the year, but we're going to start with a guy named Brandon Baca. We call him Baca.
The Fridge,
And,
a.k.a. The Fridge.
Wait, is that his nickname?
I don't know. Apparently, Wesley always. Oh no, it might be a unit, aka the unit from Baca. Apparently,
Wow.
he's built like a unit. That's all I know from Wesley. Wesley always calls him the unit. Fridge, the unit. It's a good nickname.
I love
actually.
it.
Yeah, I love it.
We're going to hear from him right now, and all these guys are telling us why they think they're going to win our fantasy league this year. So let's hear from Baca.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? It's Baca signing on from the Bay Area. Look, my team for this year's Fantasy Football League is the Tampa, England Patriots. And here's what you got to know. You got to pick me as the winner, and I'm going to win because, look, plain and simple, I've done 100 mock drafts so far. We're not even a week away from our own draft day, and I'm going to win. So I'm coming after the British boys, specifically Jordan Wes. I got you, bro, and I'm going to take you on. Consider it a rivalry, okay?
Talk it up.
Look, on draft day, you're going to be surprised, so come ready. Make sure you have your mocks in and you're feeling game tight, and we'll go from there. You want to pick me. See ya.
Oh, okay. It's almost like a ad. It's like an ad at the very end.
Yeah, you need to pick him. There's no doubt about it.
I love Brandon Baca. He is from SF. Okay, I want to address one thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to come on the pod and you're going to rave about mock drafts, 100 mock drafts?
It's no.
Come on, those are rookie numbers.
Rookie numbers is not enough. Honestly, I'm probably doing maybe 6 to 7 a day. Maybe that's
not a day.
Maybe that's not enough for me. 6 to 7 a day for the year. Maybe that might I don't know. 7 times 365. I don't know. I'm not doing it 365 times a day or a year.
Are you doing it just like even when fantasy's over? You're like,
No.
I'm gonna start a mock draft now.
No. I'm definitely in the course of the off season, but
Yeah. Look, I mean, he seems confident. He's already starting rivalries.
Yeah.
He's calling out the British boys. I'm actually pretty excited to see what's coming from Brandon Baca.
Yep.
But we are going to move on. He's actually picking 5th in the draft. We are moving on to 9th place in the draft, which is Jordan Westfield, a.k.a. Wesley. Man, what is there not to say about Wesley? If you know him, you love him.
He's probably one of the best guys I know. We call him Waka Waka Wesley. He just went back to England, unfortunately. He was here in Sydney stuck, but now he's back in England starting his life with his wife finally after 4 months being stuck here Sydney for COVID. But he's there. He's drafting 3 o'clock in the morning. Good luck to that.
Wesley's actually a rookie. It's his first time this year. He's a rookie, but about a month or two ago, Wesley, he took it seriously.
Yeah.
He's watched every single podcast. He's up to date on all the rankings. He knows what he's doing. But let's hear from Wesley here.
Yeah.
So, Fantasy 2020. Why will Wesley, Jordan Westfield win? Because some say that I'm the embodiment of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And in my rookie season, I'm going straight to the top.
Wow. Hey, confident.
Nice and short. Straight to the point. Straight to the top. That's who he is.
Straight to the point. Great analogies. I mean, it sounds like he's ready. Look, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the embodiment, was the quote. I am the embodiment of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. To me, the way that sounds is I'm a risk, but I could pay off big time.
Yep. Huge risk. I know Wesley is somebody that I think he could be targeting Clyde. I don't know if he's going to get him at the 9th, but I mean, you got to see what he's going to do. You never know. He might fall.
Yeah.
We'll
see. Yeah, and we're moving on to Steve. Stavy. I love Steve. One of the most interesting guys in our league.
Yeah.
You grow to love him.
Absolutely. There's just something about Steve.
There's something about him. I can't describe it.
I don't know, but you love him.
But he's a Green Bay Packers fan. I don't know if he'll tell you that in this video, but let's listen to Steve.
Yeah, let's listen.
All right, guys. Steve here. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I'm about to enter my 3rd year of fantasy football. I'm keen to have a strong draft and also keen to make some strong moves throughout the season to improve my team and to hopefully win the chip at the end. I think the Packers are going to have an unreal season with Aaron Rodgers leading the way. Definitely Super Bowl champs, 100%.
Okay.
I mean, just typical. I mean, the Packers are going to go 17-0. What do you say? 17-0, 16-0.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. I mean, there's times and times again, Aaron Rodgers. Nah, no more. Not this year. Maybe the New York Football Giants knocks them out in the playoffs, like all the time,
I'm not sure we're going to see the Giants in the playoffs. But Steve, you always wonder what's going through his head. Yeah. We asked him to tell us why he thinks he's going to win the league, and he decided to tell us that the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl.
I guess that's that's the reason. If the Packers win, then he wins.
Yeah, he is the kind of guy who's probably going to aim for Aaron Jones and Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, the guy who typically drafts players from his own team.
Yep.
But I mean, hey, he made a trade with you last year to get Aaron Jones, and it worked out really well for him.
It worked out really well. I actually don't remember the trade. I think I traded.
You traded for David Johnson.
Yes, I did trade it for David Johnson, and then David Johnson. Yeah, and then David Johnson got hurt, and then they traded for and then Kenyon Drake came, and then Kenyon Drake was just taking all these. Man, it just crumbled after that. Man,
looks like a great trade at the time for you, but obviously panned out for Steve. Maybe Steve's like a low key. He actually knows what he's doing. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We're on to another rookie, picking at the 6th spot. His name is Luke Rogers.
That's right. LGI 9.
New to fantasy. That's right. If you want to find him on PlayStation, new to fantasy, but studied up. This like genuinely. I say other people are studied up, but Luke is genuinely studied up. And let's hear a little bit from him.
Yeah.
What's going on, League of Chebs? Luke Rogers here, the newcomer to the league. Feeling pretty confident about the way I've been studying the draft, where I've been studying the NFL. Got a few tricks up my sleeve. Might throw some of you boys off by the way I draft and the players I've been looking at. The reasons why I'm going to win the league is basically because you guys have no knowledge on me and what I'm about. Bit of a dark horse. Call it beginner's luck, whatever you might want to call it. But I look forward to crushing you all each and every week and winning that ring at the end of the season. So, see you there, boys. Love.
See you there, boys.
See you there.
It's iconic.
It actually is iconic. It's just something that it just makes sense.
It just feels good to say it.
Yeah.
See you there.
See you there. Look, just looking at the video, I don't know if he's a Ravens fan. Is he a Ravens fan?
If you're watching with us on YouTube,
yeah.
Luke Rogers, bless his heart, great guy.
Yeah.
He rocked up to the video in a Ravens jersey and a Ravens beanie. Wanted to make it very clear that his favorite team was the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
But hey, I think he could surprise a lot of people. One thing that he said that I want to point out is he has some surprising draft strategies. I'm interested to see what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Hopefully that doesn't mean that you're just taking J.K. Dobbins at his ADP.
Or just taking Lamar because he's on the Ravens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, it's definitely
no, I'm pretty pumped to see Luke in his first year. I think even though he's a rookie, I don't feel like he is a rookie, to be honest. I feel like he's studied up.
He's been in the shadows in the past couple years with fantasy and just NFL, and he's gonna take a chance to see what happens.
Yeah, he's definitely an all-in type person. He's not gonna do something without being aware. We're moving on to Tommy. Your boy Bricks is what we call him, Bricks. Why? Just it sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, Tommy gave himself that nickname. One day he was just like, "Hey, I want you guys to start calling me Bricks, the Foundation."
The Foundation.
And we were like, why? And he was like, I just think it sounds cool. Like, just start calling me that. Not many people can like make up a nickname and have it stick, but it's genuinely been his brand.
100%. Brixie. I really love the Foundation. I didn't know that was his nickname, but the Foundation is sick for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear from Bricks, aka Tommy, aka the Foundation.
Hey, I am Bricks, aka Tommy, aka the Foundation, and this will be my first time ever competing in fantasy football. I'm excited. I am ready to learn because this is my first time, and that also is why I believe I have a chance of winning. Beginner's luck is great, and I'm all for it. I am a big fan of the Warriors, of the Niners, and of Tottenham Hotspur. So big seasons this year, picking all Niner players, or as many as the cap has, and getting ready to win whatever money there is at the end of this competition. Bye and good luck.
You gotta love him. If you listen to the first episode, Tommy was my pick for the worst drafter.
Yeah, he was.
And now that I watched the video, I'm more confident in that pick.
More confident.
I
Why
have
is
more
that? What did he say to change your mind in that video?
No, I like I said in the previous episode, I don't see any signs of being prepared here.
Right.
You say you're going to take all SF players, but it genuinely feels like he's just going to wing it.
Right.
And I think we'll see that in the draft. Could be pleasantly surprised, but
could be. He's really humble.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Bricks, the foundation.
Yeah.
He loves the Warriors. He's a Tottenham Hotspur fan. I don't even know how to say that. Yeah. It's all nonchalant from Brixie.
Yeah, that's right. We love Bricks. I'm going to give you my reason right now why I am going to win the ring this year, the Fellowship of the Fantasy Ring. Let me be honest with you here, okay? Let me cut straight to the chase. I'm not worried. I'm genuinely not worried.
Why? What's the reason for that?
I know the people in this league really well.
Right.
I know them really well. I know their strengths. I know their weaknesses. And I feel really confident in my draft strategies. I feel confident in my mocks. I'm not just taking the people who are there who I know shouldn't be there in my mocks. I'm prepared.
Right.
I'm prepared. I have confidence in myself. And I'm genuinely not worried. I know that playoffs are a lock for me. And if I hear this audio in 15 weeks and I'm at the bottom of the league, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say I'll shave my head, but
no.
my head's already shaved.
Yeah, if you're in the bottom in 15 weeks, be worried. Look back at the video,
yeah.
listen back to the podcast and be like,
this will be the end of me. Yeah. But last thing, I've got great sleepers. I've got some really great sleepers that I'm targeting late in drafts. I believe have some super high ceilings. And we're actually going to talk late round sleepers right now.
Yeah, so that's good. Just going into the sleepers, my sleeper straight off the bat is a wide receiver from the Jets, Bashar Perryman. Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that? Look, just a little bit of background. He was actually on the Bucs last year. He was with Jameis. He kind of took off around week 13. Didn't really take off. He was getting some more touches because of everything that was happening.
He premiered in the 30 for 30 on ESPN with Jameis Winston.
Yeah, 30. Just take away the interceptions. Jameis will be something else.
If you know, you know. But sorry, go ahead.
Obviously he signed a 1 year with the Jets. Look, right now it looks like he's going to be the clear number 2 receiver out there. The Jets have a little bit of a tough schedule, and they're just going to be slinging it. They're going to be throwing it. Jameis and Crowder is there, and then on the side of him is going to be Bashar Perryman, and I think he's a really good guy. Look, if your quarterback is saying that this is everything you want in a receiver,
did Sam Darnold say that?
Yeah, Sam Darnold said that. I mean, you can look it up. I'm not sure if he tweeted it, if it was an article. He said, this is everything you want in a receiver. Bashar Perryman is going to be your guy. He's kind of currently going around wide receiver. He's wide receiver 55. He's going around maybe, 13th, 14th round. He's a low risk, high reward type guy. So I think he's going to be pretty good. Definitely grab him. If you see him there, you're not going to lose out on anything,
You know what? The more I hear you talk about it, the more you're convincing me.
Yeah.
Especially the investment that the Jets have had this season for the offensive line. Same thing you can say about Baker Mayfield and the Browns. I think that's actually going to change the passing game a lot. And
right.
I mean, I could be looking to target Bashar Perriman late in drafts.
You never know. You never know.
But I'm going to give you my late round draft sleeper. I honestly don't want to, because I know the people in our league are going to be listening to this, and I know that they're going to try and steal this guy from me now. Yeah. But genuinely, this is my favorite late round sleeper. It is a running back from New England.
Ooh.
Trust me, it's not Sony Michel. It is
James.
Damian Harris. Damian Harris. Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Let's do bad news. Let's do bad news.
Okay, bad news. Okay, so the bad news is, let me give you a stat here. In the last 7 years, there have been 22 running backs drafted in the 3rd round.
Right.
Which is where Damian Harris was drafted. Out of those 22 running backs, in their first year, Damian Harris has had the fewest touches of all.
Right, okay. Now,
that's the bad news.
That's the bad news. What's the good news?
Let me give you some good news, okay? Okay, now the good news is he was a 3rd round draft pick. Right. So there's some draft capital there.
Okay.
They see something in this guy.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Sony Michel, as we all know, if you've been in fantasy for more than a year, this guy gets injured a lot. His body
time.
He loves football, but his body does not. His body hates football. He's injured constantly. But this offseason, Sony Michel had a procedure on his foot, and Damian Harris got a very, very heavy workload in camp.
Oh no!
And let me tell you, right now we have to rely on beat writers.
Yeah,
we have to rely on beat writers right now. Let me tell you what Jeff Howe, beat writer for the Patriots, said about Damian Harris. Keep in mind, at camp we've got James White, Sony Michel is back. This is what Jeff Howe said. Okay, he said, "The best back in camp, Damian Harris.
Best
back in camp. Damian Harris right now, he's running back 55 from ADP ECR. Right. He's going in the 14th round.
Okay.
Late round sleeper. Let me tell you where Sony's going. Sony is going in the 11th round, RB 42.
That's wild.
Please, I'm warning you right now. Please do not waste 11th round pick on Sony Michel.
Boys, look, we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. Zach is doing this out of the kindness of his heart. Don't pick
Please
him.
don't draft Sony.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I want you to listen to this when you listen to this podcast, and then right when you're in that moment, you're going into the 13th round, and you see Damian Harris in there. Think of Zach. Think of him and be like, you know what? That's a good podcast. I'm not gonna do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if you're if you're in our league, just ignore all the things I've just said about Damian Harris.
Yep.
Sony Michel is the clear starter.
Yep.
He's super healthy. And yeah, so make sure you take Sony Michel.
Yeah, take Sony. He's gonna be available.
We're gonna head into our next segment, which is the down low draft tips. These are our expert draft tips to help you win your draft, to set you up for an amazing run to the playoffs.
Yeah. Look, for me, I'll start it off here, Zach. For me, it has to be about knowing your league. You have to know your league. You have to know every single person in your league, who they love, who they're targeting, and everything. Look, sometimes, for example, a Harrison, right? Harrison, you like Harrison?
Yep.
Let's say Harris. Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes you see Harris. Who's Harrison?
I mean, I know a guy named Harrison.
Yeah,
Great
I
guy.
know. Sometimes you see
guy.
like a Damian Harris, and you know that Zach likes him. You're gonna pick him up, so maybe you could try to trade him on later on down the road, and maybe get somebody that you were targeting in the draft. That's kind of a good way to kind of go about it. But look, a lot of people play with their hearts. A lot of people play with the hearts, especially me. Once again, I've played with my heart too many times in fantasy. Last year, I was picked number 2. The guy knew that I wanted Saquon. He was number 1. Yeah, he was number 1.
I remember this.
He took Saquon. I took McCaffrey. A couple hours later, Saquon was on my team. Well, because that was me playing with my heart, and that's the
huge mistake.
Yeah, that's the advantage that you have on somebody once you know your league. So definitely, look, if you want to play in a league that you don't really know these people, get to know them. Get to know them. That's literally all I can say. If you want to ring the ring or win the ring, get to know them.
Right. I love it. And I'm going to give you my down low draft tip.
Down low.
I believe in this. I endorse this. Defense wins championships.
Wow.
But not typically in fantasy. Okay.
Okay. Well,
The reason I say not typically in fantasy is because last year, towards the end of the draft, I got the New England Patriots.
Right.
Okay. They were the second best team or the second best player on my team for the entire year. They are the exception, not the rule. Defense wins championships, but not in fantasy.
Right.
So can I tell you, please do not be that guy. There's always that guy in the league. In the 10th round, great players still on the board. Amazing players on the board. High upside players. And this guy takes a defense in the 10th round. Please do not waste draft capital on a defense early.
Right. Okay.
Do not do it. Can I tell you what you should do?
Right. What should I be doing?
Look, let's say you're Johnny, right? And you're very new to fantasy. Welcome, by the way.
Johnny.
Welcome to the best game on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Let's say you're new to fantasy. We love to do something in the fantasy community called streaming with defenses, kickers, sometimes tight ends.
Quarterbacks.
Now, what streaming means is basically every week you are picking up a player for that position based on the matchup.
Right.
Defense is probably the most important streaming position. So don't take a defense in the 10th round. Take someone with high upside.
Right. Okay.
Instead, start looking at the schedule that these defenses have for week 1. You're not starting to stream week 2. You're starting to stream in the draft for week 1.
Right.
You're thinking one step ahead. Let me give you an example. Okay. The Philadelphia Eagles are right now ranked defense number 11. Okay. That means there's only one other person, that could potentially get them from you if you're in a 12-team league. Week 1, they play my beloved Washington football team. As much as I love the Washington football team, I believe in Dwayne Haskins. I think there's great things ahead. I love Terry. You got to take the Eagles. You got to take the Eagles with your last pick.
You do.
Because they're going to have a really, really good week 1.
Right.
And you're already streaming from the draft. Please, again, do not waste draft capital on a defense. Start streaming from the very beginning. Very beginning. Have it in your mind. Have a couple options ready that have really great week 1 matchups.
Yeah. I love streaming. I love streaming defenses. I love doing all those things that you just said. That's actually my go-to. I'd never go into a draft saying, you know what, I hope I get this defense. I'm automatically streaming. I'm looking at the like you said, the best matchups in week 1. So that's actually really good. Hey.
Yeah. Well, those were our download draft tips. Use them, except if you're in our league. We are headed to the scoop. We're going to give you the scoop of the episode. But, Docky, why don't you take it away? What's that low information?
Yeah.
What have you been hearing around the street? Word on the block? Let us know.
Everything. Look, there's no doubt there's one player that's coming in from college to the league. Right? We all know who that is. He's getting that extra love right now. We heard it earlier from a certain somebody, and his name is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Right?
Right.
And
CEH.
Yeah, CEH,
The H is silent, by the way.
Yeah, the H is silent.
Some people I've heard people saying Hilaire.
Hilaire.
No.
And yeah, there's a lot of new fantasy names called Fresh Prince of Hilaire.
Right. I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, too common now, but you can't do it anymore. But look, there's around 3 to 4 people in our league kind of talking about him a lot, really, really, really high on him. Some of them are a bit low, some of them are a bit high. There's not really one in between. So if I were those people, I'll be doing everything in my power. I'll be texting, calling, doing everything to try to get that position for where Clyde is going to fall, because you don't want to draft him too early. And if you're too down on the draft order, then you're not going to get him. So if I was you, look, it's like what I said before. Know your league. You got to know your league. The answer is there in what I said earlier. Get to know your league. Know who people are targeting, because point blank period. That's really the scoop.
That's the scoop.
That's the scoop.
I'm at pick 4 in our league. in our league
Yeah.
here, and I've even considered it, like genuinely.
That's huge. Like that means I'm pick 3. Look, I'm thinking it's gonna be McCaffrey, Say, and I'm pretty sure going Zeke. So if you're taking Clyde over Kamara, that speaks volumes right there.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually just realized I was in a different league. I'm actually number 1 in this league.
No.
So I don't need to worry about anything.
You're going to the world. CMC, here we come.
That's right. Hey, thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. Like we said in episode 1, next week, but this time we're telling the truth. Next week we are going to give you a post-draft highlights episode with some week 1 matchups. We're going to show you the the rosters that each team has assembled through the draft. You're going to be able to potentially rate them, compare them to your own rosters. Honestly, I'm super excited for that episode.
Pumped. I'm so pumped for this episode. I just can't wait to see everyone's team. I can't wait to finally have my team. I can't wait to just send people text messages and say, "You trying to trade this person?" Like it's everything and more.
From the very beginning, already trading.
Already trading. That's right.
Well, hey, we'll see you on the next episode, and see you there.
See you there.
See you there.
Hey, yeah, you, the one listening to this podcast, you made a good decision today. Keep making those good decisions. You know what? Go ahead and do a little dance right now, like no one's watching. 'Cause you deserve it.